Hi there, Derek Hagan here. I'm a financial therapist, financial planner, and life coach specializing in meaning in life, mindfulness, and resilience here with another meaningful money memo. Let's get to it. I've often encountered people who seem to be almost offended or taken aback when somebody highlights or mentions, hey, that's not really normal. It's almost like an attack to their identity. But I want to propose that not being normal shouldn't be any concern to us. It should have nothing to do with our values. Because what does it even mean to be normal? It means to be average. So if you've got the average of whatever characteristic it is, it follows kind of like a bell curve. If you remember from statistics, that the bell curve clusters around the average. So most things are average. So in that range here, this is something that's average. And you'd call that normal. It's normal to be average. Now, it's not normal to be in the tails, right? So if you're bigger or whatever it is on the right side of this tail, that's not normal. If you're smaller or have less or whatever on the left side of this tail, that's not normal. All that means is it's not ordinary. Let's take height, for example. According to ChatGPT, the average height of an American is 5'7". Okay, but that follows a distribution. So most people are from 5'4" to 5'10". That's normal. So it's normal to encounter somebody between 5'4" and 5'10". I went to Vegas and I saw Penn and Teller, and afterwards I got to meet both of them. Find out that Penn Jillette is 6'7". He's a beast. He's a monster. That's not normal. But is that really a judgment? Is that really a judgment call? Is it for me to say that's bad because he's 6'7"? Or if I met somebody that was 5'1" or 4'10", is that bad to be not normal? If it was cars and I'm Jay Leno and I have 150 cars, that's not normal, but is that good or bad? If I live in New York and I have 0 cars, so I'm on the other side, is that good or bad? We should stop using normal as our value judgments. It just refers to what we expect to see. In other words, you've got that distribution, and to be normal is to do what everybody else is doing or be like everybody else. It's the herd. To be normal is to be like the herd. So if you're striving to be normal, or if you're offended that you're not normal, it means that you're wanting to chase the herd. And the herd is going to do what it's going to do. It's going to run off in one direction. And it's easy for us to want to do that. It's easy for us to want to chase the herd because even if the herd's going in a wrong direction, if they're going in the wrong direction and I stay back, I'm by myself. It's easier to chase the herd and go with the herd than do what I want to do. But this is a problem because sometimes the herd is running over a cliff. And if we don't pay attention, if we're not careful, we're going to chase them over the cliff. In fact, the number one source of regret that people have in their lives is that they didn't live a life that was true to themselves. They instead did what others expected of them. They did what they thought they were supposed to do. In other words, they chased the herd. And then they got to the end of their life and they said, I didn't even live my own life. I did what I thought I was supposed to do. Don't chase the herd. You don't have to be normal. Here's some examples. It's normal to not be able to cover an unexpected expense. About a third of people can't cover a $400 expense without going into debt, without borrowing money. And even fewer can't cover a $1,000 unexpected expense without borrowing money. That's normal to not be able to do that. You don't want to be normal. You want to strive to be more than normal. Most Americans, about 2/3 of Americans, don't even have a will, the most basic estate planning document. That means that most people are going to die and have the government tell them what's going to happen to their stuff. You don't want to be normal. It's normal to not have a will. You don't want to be there. It's normal to want to sell when the stock market falls, especially if you're addicted to the news. Stay away from the news. They're in the business of selling fear and panic. But most people will want to do that because they're told they're supposed to. It's normal to want to lock in losses. You don't have to be normal. In other words, you can strive to be outside of that normal range. And finally, most people float around life from circumstance to circumstance, letting life happen to them, spending their money on autopilot, not having a clue what's going on. They're reacting. Most people do that. Most people are on autopilot. That's normal. You don't want to be normal. You can connect to your personal values. You can connect to your sources of meaning. And you can live a life that's not normal. So normal just means this is what we expect to see. And that's fine sometimes. I'm not saying it's wrong to be normal. All I'm saying is be comfortable in the tails. Be comfortable not being normal. You get one life. Live intentionally. Greetings, Derek again. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more, please head to meaning.blog, and there you can learn about all things related to money and mindset and purpose and meaning. And you'll be able to find out how we might be able to work together. You'll find more articles. You'll find links to videos. You'll find online courses, all kinds of things to get you going on your journey towards living more intentionally.